Okay, everybody, here we go. It's me, Gregory Mannarino, Tuesday, March 11th, 2025, post market wrap up, people, and it's gonna be just beautiful. Hey, just a real quick heads up. I am still not able to post on Twitter/X, whatever it might be. Maybe it'll turn around, maybe it won't turn around. I see the comments. Greg is crying because he's been blocked to post on X. I'm not crying about anything. I don't need Elon Musk, his Satan worship, or anything else. Okay, I will survive better without supporting anything from Elon Musk, just in case you guys and girls are wondering what's going on here. So I really don't give a damn about X at all. And I haven't posted there, well, since I've been unable to do it. I will continue to try and maybe it'll turn around. I'll keep all of you guys and girls in the loop. Anyway, look, so this market is struggling, no doubt about it. And we must hold. If we do not hold this level where we are at right now, this could get real ugly real fast. I intend, honestly, again, soon, well, hopefully by hopefully 8 or 9 o'clock tonight Eastern, to get out a new breakdown for you guys and girls with regard to the S&P 500, which I will post right on my website for you. It's free if you're interested in seeing it. Link in the description of this video. So don't hold me to this. I'm going to try to do this. I may have to do this in the morning, but I'm going to try, honestly. So with that said, again, look, let's just go over what's happening and what we need to be looking at here. This is where we ended the day. Okay, lower again, nothing overly dramatic, but lower nonetheless. See that S&P 500? Critical point. We're at a critical point right now. Gold and silver doing well. Beautiful. Cryptos, okay, catching the bid. Very, very nice. Now, let's move on to the trouble spots. There's a couple of trouble spots. This is great, man. People want to look at the stock market like they're told to do by the Bloombergs and the Fox Business and the CNBC. Keep looking at that stock market. You keep looking at that stock market. I'm telling you, it's the wrong place to look. Most of you guys know that. We need to focus again on the debt market. Here we go. This is, again, a phenomenon I've been talking about like to death. Here again, the dollar, or the Dixie, the relative strength of the dollar. People, we got to hold. We must hold here. Again, right now, if you're interested in seeing this, click on that link in the description of this video. We'll take you right to my website. Scroll down just past where I did the breakdown of the S&P 500. You're going to see a breakdown of this. We got to hold here. If we don't hold here, we could go much, much lower. Again, the relative strength of the dollar. We should be seeing the polar opposite. This shouldn't even be happening right now. This is a big tell, man. We got to, look, man. You got to listen to what the dollar is telling us. The dollar is saying, people, we got problems. And I don't mean just with regard to the stock market, people. Look, this blog here goes way beyond the stock market. I'm also looking at, obviously, the economy here in the United States, around the world, what's going on here with regard to other nations wanting to use our dollar. We don't even want our dollars. It's crazy. But this here, again, the polar opposite should have been going on now for weeks, but we're not seeing it. We're seeing a continued dollar to relative strength weakness. Not good. The dollar seems to have lost its appeal as a safe haven. Imagine our shock. What would you expect to happen in this kind of an environment where we've already admitted that we cannot pay our debts, henceforth the Mar-a-Lago Accord? People, I don't know what to tell you about this. It's getting covered in the Trends Journal, which I did a paper for the Trends Journal. I sent it out to you guys and girls first. I've been doing videos about it. The Mar-a-Lago Accord is a broadcast to the world that we cannot continue to pay the interest on the debt, even the interest on the debt. That's all it is a debt restructuring scheme for 100-year no coupon bonds. You can't make it up, man. But that's what's going on here. There's no real solution here. It's the truth. I was just listening to Bob Marley, uh, real situation, no solution, total destruction. That's really the words of the song. And that's kind of what's going on here. Pay attention to what's happening here. I will keep you on top of that. Now let's move forward. We are seeing some stability, a little bit in the debt market. U.S. 10-year yield still bouncing around, not as bad as it was. But this is another tell that we got a problem. We all know that. The debt market's a time bomb. It's going to go off. It's going to go off, obviously, at a time of their choosing. What's being set up is a wipeout. You already know this. We've covered it throughout the entire beautiful, lovely man, puke, vomitous thing, creature, Bidenstein. You know, I realized something. I can talk about people like Biden like that because they're not human in my book, and neither are Federal Reserve presidents. So I'm going back to the vomitous puke creatures that they all are because they're not freaking human. That's my opinion, and you're entitled to yours here. When you got these kind of things here who have their own interest in mind and the lies, the deception, the distraction, the look here, they don't possess a human quality. So if they don't possess a human quality, how are they human beings? You understand what I'm saying here? We're being set up to fail. The middle class is getting wiped out faster. Does this surprise you? Does this surprise a single one of you if you follow this blog? I don't think so. As a matter of fact, let's move on to that. I ran a poll here for small business owners. If you are a small business owner, I would like to hear from you. Are your input costs forcing you to raise prices? Are your business and customers hurting due to higher input costs? 74% of the people that responded, 653 small business owners, are saying they got a problem here. It's going to get worse the longer this continues. It's not going to stop. What do you know what's actually happening here? If you've been following my work for any length of time, I've told you guys and girls that the corporate agenda will be fulfilled. And that includes wiping out any and all competition. Small businesses here, you're being squeezed. There's no accident here. This is 100% by design. They want you extinct. They want you gone. Let me explain this to you maybe another way. These big multinational corporations here who have politicians calling for a weaker dollar, lower rates. We need these kinds of things. This is Elizabeth Warren. This is President Trump. Besant as well, a lovely, illustrious. He's completely illustrious. I'm talking about our U.S. Treasury Secretary. This helps fulfill the corporate agenda. Multinational corporations, they thrive on the weak dollar because of the exchange rate overseas. Small businesses here in the United States, the middle class, wipe out, man. And it's more than that. This is a way to, again, create dependency on the system, on their system. You understand? I think we're pretty much on the same page. Now, let's move forward. This is Market Watch. This is today. U.S. job openings point to softer labor market and hiring slowdown. Really, nobody saw this one coming from many, 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 many months ago, right? Nobody except you and I. Let's read this. Far fewer companies are hiring compared to just a few years ago, and it's taking people a lot longer to find work. Many companies are planning layoffs. Oh, really? Who saw that one coming? You and me. And others are implementing hiring freezes. Look, man, I shouldn't even be chuckling here, but it's too easy. It's too easy to see this kind of stuff. Let us move forward. Market Watch again from today. And this goes right back to what we were talking about here. Look, many small businesses were jubilant over Trump's victory, but now they've grown very uncertain over the economy. I can't imagine seriously how anyone bought it. If you've been with me for any length of time, you knew that it wouldn't matter who they stuck behind the Resolute desk. It could have been a farm animal. I've been telling you that it could have been a farm animal that they could stuff behind the Resolute desk. You can't stop this. We are in a downfall on a massive scale, and it freaking ain't by accident. So anyone here was jubilant over this? Obviously, I guess you drank the Kool-Aid. A whole lot of it, man. You really believe that we're going to be rich from tariffs and this is going to be great? We're going to, this is no. I mean, it was too simple to see, and it wouldn't have mattered again which creature they chose to sit behind the Resolute desk. They just happened to pick this particular creature to do it. Doesn't matter. It's all about fulfilling the corporate agenda, wiping out small businesses, fostering a neo-feudal system. Nothing's changed here. Really? Can you see it now, maybe? Wakey. Let's see. Going back to what we said, this is why I came up with this issue with my little thing over there about this poll. So rising input costs are forcing small businesses to raise prices, and many are looking for a lifeline. So what's happening here? Look, this is too simple too. Let's put this all together real quick. If we understand, again, and 75% of you, no, I'm sorry, 74% of small business owners who responded to this are feeling the pinch of higher input costs, and you are hurting and your customers are hurting as well. It's not going to stop. Okay, there's not a single roadblock right now being put up to stop it. Why? Because there's a mission to fulfill the corporate agenda. Nothing's going to stop it. I'm telling you right here and right now. So you need to think about what this means for you. On top of that, what did we find out? One of those freaking articles here. You got layoffs coming. Imagine our shock. We spoke about this a while back here from major corporations here. Hiring freezes. Do you see where we're going? But President Trump won't admit that a recession is coming. Understand? Again, let me speak. I was on earlier today with John Dowling. Good guy. I love being on his show. We covered a lot of important stuff. In fact, I believe the interview that we did will come out tomorrow. I'm going to send you all the link when it does come out here. But understanding the situation here is too simple, really. And it just makes me want to puke all over my freaking desk. The lies, the deceptions, the distractions, the people that have been psyoped to a degree, and now they're all feeling the letdown from it here. And I'm going to tell you right now, you see this poll that I'm running? 71% of you believe that this economic war, and this is war, just because people's brains aren't getting blown out or people are bleeding, this is war. You understand? If it goes on that long, and I think there's a very high possibility that this is going to stretch out 6 months. You can only imagine the damage. It's going to be irreparable. We're already there with regard to the economy. It can't be fixed. It could be fixed. But in order to fix it would take someone with real guts, someone who would tell the truth. That's what I was trying to lead to with talking to John Dowling. Carlos, thank you. People want to know the truth. For example, let's say President Trump would say, guys, listen, we're trying to fix this whole thing. And to do this, we're going to feel some freaking pain. Crypto Wave, thank you so much. I appreciate that very much. Let's give credit where credit's due. President Trump did correct our lovely, illustrious, beautiful man, Scott Bessent, our Treasury Secretary, who kept telling us that we were not going to feel the pinch from tariffs. You're not going to feel the pinch from tariffs. Where's the pushback? Where's the accountability? Then President Trump corrected that during his presidential address. He said, no. You're going to feel the pinch. That took guts. Now, let's take the next step. President Trump realizes that we are already in what's worse, already way worse than a recession. I believe sincerely that there's no way to stop an inflationary depression, which I think a lot of people are getting hit by right now. Again, federal workers getting laid off en masse. This is going to bleed right off into the private sector as well. Again, Big corporations, hiring freezes, layoffs. Do you see where we're going? All this stuff that we talk about is actually unfolding. It's too simple. Where was I now? Oh boy, oh boy. Oh, here. A couple more things I want to talk with you guys and girls about. And then we'll take some questions here at the end. Geo Rider, thank you, Scott. Good to see you too. Okay, let's start off with this. Now, if you recall, a month ago, 3 weeks ago, something along those lines, I put out a complete list for you that I broke down. I put a lot of effort into that to break down where I believe you're going to see, we are going to see supply chain breakages. Now, here's one that just came out today, and this is CNBC. Trump is targeting China-made container ships in a new flank of global economic war on the oceans. Believe it or not, check what I said to you, what I sent you in that list that I made for you. Go to my Substack, link in the description of this video. You'll see this was one of the things I said was likely to happen. But let me read this to you. To penalize ocean carriers using Chinese-made vessels to move trade, the Trump administration has proposed steep levies on Chinese-made ships arriving at U.S. ports. For Chinese-owned operators, a service fee up to $1 million could be charged on each vessel. Now, not only, obviously, are these costs going to be passed on to you, but I do believe this is going to lead to supply chain breakages. So, again, think about it, what it means for you. Pharmaceuticals are going to be a big one, okay? Medical supplies across the board are going to be another one. Tech products. Go look at the list. Again, guys, look, man, this isn't for me. This is not for Greg Mannarino. This is for you guys and girls. I look at this stuff. I put it out for you, and that's kind of it. The U.S. dollars. Thank you, Jack. I appreciate that. Yeah, exactly. Isn't that lovely? So that's kind of what this is all about. And again, as people, my job is to do one thing. Excuse me, my eyes are burning. And that is to simply connect the dots for you. I think together we've done a really great job at doing that. Last thing real quick. Now, tomorrow we're going to get this CPI report, Consumer Price Index, in the morning. I have a little bit of bad news for you. My dog Vega, we had a really bad night with her last night. I was up, me and my wife were up almost all night with her. She's very ill. She's old. Please keep her in your thoughts and prayers. We have to bring her to the specialist tomorrow, which means I will miss my morning report. And I apologize for that. We'll sum it all up at the end of the day. I can promise you that. But when this CPI report comes out, this can potentially move the market. Look, with regard to specific levels, with regard to the S&P 500, I covered it all for you. And right now, if you're interested in seeing where this could potentially go, it's free. Right now on my website, link in the description of this video. It's really good stuff there. I did the S&P 500 for you. I did the dollar for you. Right underneath that, I did silver for you. I want you guys and girls to look at that. Check it out. Bring yourself up to being in the know, okay? Knowledge and wisdom. We really need this kind of stuff right now. And we need to look out for each other more than we ever have. People, I don't know another way to say it. It's up to us, man. Do you realize it's really not up to Donald Trump? It's not up to the Federal Reserve. It's not up to those trying to fulfill the corporate agenda. It's up to us to grow a backbone, okay, and start standing up for what we do not feel is right. You understand? If we make noise, they're going to have no choice but to listen to us. But if we sit back and do nothing, it's like consent. Don't you understand how their book works? We have a book. You know the book I'm talking about? They have a book too. Their book literally says they must tell you what they're going to do before they do it. And then as they implement the plan here, if they don't get pushback, it's perceived by them as consent. And that means it's okay. Do you understand? And if you think I'm making this up here, uh, no, I'm not making this up. Jonathan, thank you. You see what this guy just wrote here? This is exactly the book I'm talking about. Anyway, guys and girls, look, I'll take a few questions from you guys and girls now. Is there anything specific that you want to cover before we get out of here? How's my crazy head do? All truth. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Basic instructions before leaving Earth. Joe, yeah, man. I think it's Vegas eye, but she's got other problems too. She's having a very difficult time walking. She's having digestive issues to a massive degree, and she's just not well. She's like in between worlds in a way, getting into that. When people, most of you know, I did medicine for 20 years. When people and animals are kind of in that state where they're kind of leaving, I call it in between worlds in some ways. You know, my dad, for example, when my dad was at the end, he was really in between worlds. It was very easy to see that. It was hard to see too. I'm not gonna lie, but so that's kind of where Vega's at right now. Exactly that crossing over. So Vega's 17. I get it, and we've given her an amazing life. I've had Vega since she's 2. We got her from the shelter at the age of 2. The cutest little thing you ever see. And anyway, we'll see. We'll see where that goes. Okay, that's a good suggestion. I'll work on that. Anyway, guys and girls, yeah, I'm sure that's, when people cross over or that in between worlds, they all kind of go through that. I've seen it so many times, man. I've seen it so many times. You know who I didn't see it with? You remember Edward Hall, Pearl Harbor survivor? I didn't see that with him. Edward, when I brought Edward to the hospital that day, I know I'm kind of going off here. I really didn't know I was never going to see him again. When I left that day, there was no sign to me that I would not see it again. But he knew it. He knew it. And because he left a note for me. He left a note for me. He had a ring that he never took off. It was a 3-diamond ring. It was a beautiful thing. He actually left it to me in his will. It's the only thing he left to me. I didn't want anything from him, but it was obviously a special thing he wanted me to have. And he took it off. I didn't see these things at the time. You know what I mean? It's just so crazy, man. It's so freaking crazy. Yeah. Ed was there upstairs. Yeah, exactly. I mean, he lived to 99, man. And he had a great life, Edward. He really had a great life. A freaking living legend. All right, guys, listen. I think we're kind of out of here. Tracked by drag strip. Yeah, that's exactly what we need. I love all of you guys and girls. Now listen, as I said, I will not be here in the morning. CPI is going to come out. Keep your eyes on, forget the market. No, keep your eyes on the market too. All right. I made get a whole breakdown for you, and I'm going to put it up again later. At least I hope so. 8, 9 o'clock, it'll be out there for you. Okay. Right now, the one that's there, you should look at that too. With regard to the CPI number tomorrow, look, man, just when this comes out, when the news comes out tomorrow, what would I do? I'm going to tell you what I would do. I would immediately look at the 10-year yield, followed by the dollar relative strength, and then see how that bleeds off into the market. You understand? Kind of pretty much that's what I would do, and I would suggest that you guys and girls do the same thing. All right. So with that said, I will see you again tomorrow, post-market, 4:05 as usual, guys and girls. All right. Love you all with all I got. Keep Vega in your thoughts and prayers, please. I'd appreciate that. And as always, people, take care of yourself. And then again, maybe even more importantly, we got to take care of each other, man. We got to come together in this environment. They're pushing us apart. If we come together, we become their greatest threat. Do you understand that? If we come together, they will not know what to do with themselves. Imagine if we came together, really, if we unified and we spoke with one voice about what we want, what we demand. They couldn't follow their book anymore. They'd have to follow ours. You understand? Well, why can't we force that to happen? I think we can if we got enough people together to do it. See you tomorrow. Have a great day.